Welcome to the Art Piece Experiment. We're your hosts, two artists and friends. I'm Tasha.
And I'm Brianna.
At the end of 2024, we decided we wanted to cultivate more safety, peace, love, alignment, and excitement through our art and our art practices.
So here we are sharing our journey with you, and we're so excited you're here. We hope you enjoy our conversations. They're honest, raw, just two friends talking to each other about the realities of life and creativity. We're so excited for you to join us and be along with us for the journey.
Have you ever wanted to paint something or crochet or learn to make sourdough or anything creative and tell yourself, I don't have time?
Yes.
What? Me too.
I may have done that once or twice. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like this is a constant problem, especially when you have children.
Yeah, it's yeah, I find myself doing that literally every day, like all the time. I'm like,
Mhm.
no, I can't do it right now. I don't have time.
I don't have time.
Ah.
You make all the excuses.
Yeah, I have
It's
to go
hard
fold
to show up
laundry. I have
for
to
it.
go get dinner. I have to, like
Yeah.
all the things.
Yeah, that's been a little bit rough this week because it's been the first week of summer break for our kids.
First week of summer. It's so fun. It's such a fun time to finally be out of school and it's the
Yeah.
freedom to do anything. We
Ugh,
can go,
it's a little
we can do all
overwhelming.
the things we've been waiting to do, but
Yeah.
then the time for personal personal time is
Yeah.
is a lot shorter. And yeah, and so that's difficult. It's difficult to make time
Hmm.
for for yourself, especially like if you have little kids or if it's summer or
If you're in school, if you've got a busy
if you're
job,
working full time. Yeah.
yeah, like
I mean,
if
there's
you
so
have a
many,
spouse,
everybody's dizzy.
if you're taking
Dizzy.
care,
Busy.
dizzy,
How busy are you? Does it make you dizzy? Yeah.
yeah, caretaker of anybody, which I feel like most of us are
Yeah.
in some form or another. Like life is busy.
Right.
And sometimes it's really hard to make space and time for yourself and the things that matter to you.
100%.
It's really easy to make excuses
Hmm.
or find reasons to not show up for yourself.
Hmm.
I feel like most of us have been conditioned for that.
Yeah, I
You
feel
know,
like our culture, I mean, it's all the hustle culture. It's like you do, 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 do. You go, 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 go,
right.
go. If you're not in some activity, then you're like wasting time,
Yeah.
And so, and in parenthood too, it's like, are your kids in
Mm,
like 5 million different activities? If not,
yeah.
like, what are you doing? You're doing parenting wrong.
Ugh.
Like there's that kind of a stigma around that
Yeah.
and a whole thing. And so our culture as a whole just doesn't slow down, right? It doesn't
True.
value slowness and slow time,
Hmm.
like nothing time.
Right. Right.
It's very productivity based.
Yeah. Yeah. So then, if your art or creative practice isn't making money or having some kind of outside value,
Right.
then it's not, then we tend to make the excuses
Yeah. It's like,
of not
oh,
being able to show up because we feel like other people are going to make the excuses and feel that way,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. There's
Um,
a lot of judgment, I feel like, that we
yeah,
feel
judgment.
even without even by just the mere thought of doing something that doesn't have an outward quote unquote value,
Yeah.
that doesn't have anything to show the world the value of,
Mm,
if it's just for
if
us,
it's just for
right?
us. And I think that comes back to our nervous systems too, because it
Mm,
teaches us that if we get creative, if we take that time for ourselves and, you know, we're quote unquote selfish or, whatever to
mhm,
take that time, then it starts disconnecting us from our community because they have that judgment, because they
mhm.
have, the outward pressure being put on us. It's like you are going to lose your tribe and your nervous system is
Yeah.
like, that's not allowed.
Yeah, yeah,
That
that's
puts you in danger zone.
right.
Like,
That means yeah, that means bad,
that
right? That
means
means
bad.
scary, that means not safe.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, absolutely. Our because we're so trained in our culture to be productive, to do
Hmm.
things that are pleasing to others. I don't know. There's so many things,
Yeah.
and so when we're trying to do something that's just for us, there's a lot of resistance, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of resistance, and so our brains come up with all the excuses, all the other things that we could be doing instead that would be better.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, this week, I feel like we also have that pressure of, I mean, for us personally, of like, how do we keep showing up for our kids
Hmm.
and how do we keep showing up for ourselves at the same time?
Man, this is the question.
How do we do both?
Yeah.
And I think we're going to talk more about how that's going for us at our check-in this
Yeah.
week.
Because
Um,
we're gonna practice it.
we're going to practice it. And like,
We're gonna try and figure it out.
yeah, I mean, showing up for recording and showing up for creating, I
Yeah.
mean, both is like, okay, we've committed to this experiment for 52 weeks, and that includes summer break.
Yep.
So here we
Here we
are.
are. We're gonna just keep going.
We're
Keep
just going to keep
plugging
going.
along.
Yeah, one thing I did want to talk about though is, I mean, just making space, making time, making space. Like
Mm.
we all are capable of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's some different things that can help with that. I mean, first is just the thought of I want to.
Yeah. Right.
Like
And holding space for that thought.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the first step. Like, what is that thing that is exciting you
Yeah.
that you're wanting to show up for, but you're making the excuses? Like, first, just recognizing that and just
Mm-hmm.
holding that space for yourself of like, okay, it makes sense that I'm having these feelings, that I'm having these thoughts, that
Yeah.
I have this resistance. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
not that it's necessarily okay because we don't want to like maintain those thoughts and that resistance, but
Right.
it makes sense that you have it. It makes
Yeah.
sense that it's there.
Yeah. Recognizing it and looking at it with compassion, looking at yourself with
Yeah.
compassion, and those blocks and that resistance and the um, you know, procrastination or whatever tactics we're doing to put off the thing that we actually want to be doing. I think
Yeah.
that's really the first step is recognizing that we're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That is so hard. It's so hard sometimes to even just see it,
Yeah.
right? And so if you see it, then you're already doing a great job.
Yeah.
Like that's woohoo, you did it, like
Yay,
you're on the
congratulations.
way. That's good. And
Yeah.
so
And if you're
holding
just realizing it now as we're talking about
that's
this,
great.
we're
You're
so
on
proud
your
of you.
way. Yeah, you're so this is wonderful. So that's literally the first step, and it's
Yeah.
such an important step. Like you can't do anything without that. You have to recognize it first. You have to hold space for that thought and recognize I have this desire to create or to do whatever, to do something, to
Mm-hmm.
to dance, to play the piano, to, do a thing, and I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And recognize that the desire is a good one, right? It's
Yeah.
okay that it's worthy. Like there's so much work just even
Mm.
around that to do
Yeah.
in a lot of times. And so um taking time to do that and taking
Mm-hmm.
space for that and meeting yourself with love where you're at, right?
Yeah.
It's really, really great work and really important. And so then holding that space and then recognizing the blocks and what you're
Mm.
actually doing, like paying attention to what
Yeah.
what you do. Like when you have that thought of a desire, like, oh, I kind of want to do this. And then notice what happens.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when you have that desire and you're like, maybe I want to do that right now.
Yeah.
Do you does your mind go to like, oh, but I have laundry. I got to go do the dishes. Oh, I have this. I can't do that. What happens? Right? That's the next step.
Yep. Yep. And then maybe journaling about it.
Yeah.
Like what's the next thing that happens? Okay, then I start making all these other excuses. Why?
Why? Yeah.
Why
Ask why.
why did these things come up? Why is this happening? Why are you thinking this way?
Mhm.
And get
And
really
then,
clear and like maybe go back in your past. Like what happened? Did someone say something to you
yeah,
that caused these thoughts to come up or these feelings or this like this mindset?
right.
Like where are these limiting beliefs? Like what are the root?
Dig deep. Yeah. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's like the ask why 5 times. I've heard a variety of versions of this. Like do it 3 times,
Yeah.
go three Ys back, go 5 Ys back, or go 10 Ys back. However long you want to go, but ask. Recognize you have the resistance,
Yeah.
and then say why. Why do I have this resistance? And then it's like,
Mm,
oh, because I feel this. But why?
right.
Because this happened, or because it makes
Yeah.
me feel this way. Why? Like
Mm-hmm.
go back.
Get
Keep
curious.
keep asking yourself. Keep trying to figure it out and
Mm,
understand what's actually really going on. And
yeah.
that is so helpful. It's so
Mm-hmm.
helpful in being able to understand the things that's going on in your body and your nervous system, automatic
Right.
thoughts that are coming up, and
Mm-hmm.
then be able to actually do something to change it.
Yeah. And meet each why, each question, each answer with compassion again, and
Yes,
gentleness and kindness. You
this
know,
is not a criticism
no,
practice.
that's not
This is
gonna help.
a, yeah.
We all fall into that trap sometimes, but that's not gonna help.
Yeah, that'll just put up the anxiety and,
Mm,
blocks even
even more.
more. So, yeah, that's super important too when you're doing this, when you're asking yourself these questions, to do it in love, to do it in
Yeah.
compassion, to do it in curiosity rather than judgment or criticism for
Right.
yourself.
Right. And then when you get to that root, when you start figuring it out, once again coming back to holding that space for yourself and saying it makes sense.
Hmm.
It makes sense that you feel that way.
It's like talking to a friend. Just pretend you're
Yeah.
talking to yourself like you're talking to a friend.
Yeah. Or, a
Or a
child,
child.
like
Yeah.
child you, because a lot of times these things go back and start from in childhood.
Yeah.
When our nervous system is building that, like, what is safe, what is not safe, what keeps me connected,
Hmm.
what doesn't, what do I have to let go of
Yeah.
to stay to keep my community, to keep my people.
That's the foundation that we build on
Yeah.
is in childhood. And so
Yep.
it goes through, our whole lives.
Yeah.
And yeah. And
So
so
a
meeting
whole,
that
a whole
in
right.
that space, in that, looking back
Yeah.
at ourselves as little kids and what happened, and that can be so powerful and so helpful.
Yeah. And then the next step is realizing, bring it to the present.
Hmm.
Realizing, like, is this actually true?
Right.
Are, like, through all the questions of why, like, are any of these things actually true?
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, sure, maybe you do need to do laundry at some point, but, like, do you need to do laundry so severely that you don't have 5 minutes to, like,
Mm.
breathe and take a moment for yourself and, like,
Yeah.
doodle something? Like, is the world gonna end? Is that actually true? Just ask those questions, like, bring it
Yeah.
to the present and be really, really real with yourself, and coming to it from that more wise mind state
Hmm.
rather than the limiting belief, chaotic mind state.
Hmm. Yes, 100%. I love that. I love the idea of the wise mind, because
Mm,
there's like different levels, right? And different parts of your brain, and it's all very scientific and all the things. But there's more of like the emotional state, and the nervous system, I feel
mm-hmm,
like, runs a lot on emotions and
mm-hmm.
fears and things like that, right? Because it's
Yeah,
trying to keep us safe.
right, right.
And so that's a lot of times where we operate.
Yes.
And
Yep.
it's so empowering to realize that we don't have to operate
Mm-hmm.
from that place all the time. Like it's built into our systems. It's there for a reason. It's good.
Yeah.
It serves as a purpose, but we don't have to stay in it all the time. We
Yeah.
can be in our wise minds,
Right.
which is more of the logical, and it's taking the logical analytical side of thinking and the
Mm-hmm.
emotional side of thinking and looking at both. That's what the
Right.
wise mind is.
Mm-hmm.
And so making decisions, it's kind of like from a bird's eye view, like you're up high seeing the situation a little bit,
Mm-hmm. A little more
a
clearly.
little more clearly from both
Yeah.
from both sides. So
Yeah.
making trying to get into that zone is yeah, is really helpful when trying
Yes.
to move through blocks and trying to heal from all of these things, and actually move forward.
Yeah, and pay attention to what emotions come up,
Hmm.
where they are in your body, what it feels like. like journal that too.
Yeah.
What what's actually coming up, what you're actually feeling. I had a conversation with my daughter about this the other day, that a lot of the times we try to think our feelings instead of feel our feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we need the clarity of thought,
Yeah.
and to get through it. And then times we need to just feel. We need to let
Yeah.
ourselves actually feel and not think our feelings.
I love that because sometimes we just like think and think and think, and we think that our thinking will problem solve us out of feeling whatever we're feeling,
Mm,
when instead of actually taking the time
yeah.
to
And
feel
start
it. And
doom-spiraling instead of
yes.
actually working through, like actually feeling it and like working through the actual problem.
Right.
Yeah. I I could be professional at this.
Exactly. Same.
If that could be a career and could be paid for it, I would be very wealthy.
Wow.
I know.
Well, I would be right there with you. So
Oh boy.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is definitely something that I've been working on, through a long time to try and it's hard to try
It
and
is.
recognize those patterns and what you're actually doing. It takes
Yeah.
time. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of practice and reminding
Mm,
yourself
yeah.
and relearning, all of these principles and things and
Yeah.
ideas about the wise mind and about how you can take control. And, just, I don't know, it takes a lot of effort and
Mm,
it's conscious,
yeah.
but it is possible. It is
Mm-hmm.
possible 100%. And when you actually are able to hop into that mindset and
Mm-hmm.
that awareness,
Yeah.
then I remember the first time that I actually really, really did that.
Mm-hmm.
um, and it was like just a few years ago. It wasn't very long ago.
Right.
I was an adult with a child, right? And so,
Mm-hmm.
but the first time that I was actually able to do that, it was like, oh my gosh, I just did that. Like I just had the bird's eye view thing, and I
Yeah.
saw it clearly, and I was able to like control my reaction instead of like
Mm,
I chose how I reacted instead of just reacting,
right.
you know, emotionally.
Yeah.
And so I responded instead of reacted. And
Right.
it was so empowering and it was amazing, and I was like, I want to do
Mm,
this more. But it's really hard and it takes a lot of practice and it's
yeah.
slow going and I'm not perfect at it. So
Me neither.
I'm
It's
not
gonna
great
take.
at it still. So
Thank goodness
still working.
we do have time to actually work on that.
Yeah.
We got time. Um, yeah, I feel like the next step too of you know, same kind of the same principle of you don't want to always think your feelings, you want to feel your feelings. We can't think our nervous systems into safety. Like
Mm,
it doesn't work that way. Our nervous systems don't learn through our thoughts. They
mm-hmm.
learn through our experiences.
Yeah, through our physical experience, body
Yeah.
experience.
So it's important to go through at least we found it's
Mm-hmm.
important to go through the exercise of actually being thoughtful and mindful and, kind of figuring out the root cause of the limiting beliefs and what's really going on so we can hold that space for ourselves and that gentleness and compassion. But then alongside that, it's so important to actually take action.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean jump straight into the deep end before having swimming lessons. I mean taking small baby steps.
Yeah.
And the small baby steps are going to grow and build and get you to where you want to go on your journey.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you just jump straight in sometimes, then you kind of sink and have a
Yeah.
hard time keep
You're
going.
like, wait, I can't tread water yet. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think sometimes that first action step is like literally just taking a deep breath,
Yeah.
right? Taking a deep breath, resetting your
Hmm.
nervous system in that way. Like it really is a physical thing,
Yeah.
and so doing those physical things like deep breathing exercises, relaxing your muscles in your body, like
Mm.
physically signaling your body,
Yeah.
I am safe, like breathing slower, right? When you breathe slower,
Hmm.
that signals to your body that you are in a safe place. You're safe, right?
Yeah.
When you relax your muscles, that signals to your body you are in a safe place.
Right.
So there's things that you can actually do physically like that,
Mm-hmm.
that help retrain your nervous system that you are safe, this is okay,
Yeah.
right? And so, yeah, I think we both found, like, when we go into our creative practices,
Mm-hmm.
this is the point of why we wanted to journal and really pay attention,
Right.
is so that we could be mindful and pay attention to if we were feeling tight, if we were, like
Mm.
holding our shoulders or having tightness in our chest when we came into it. And so then noticing what was happening in our bodies,
Yeah.
and then could counteract that and be like, oh, I'm tight, I'm
Yeah.
feeling stressed, I'm like, holding so tightly. And so, let me take a deep breath and relax and signal to my body, this is safe, I'm coming into it, into my
Mm-hmm.
creative practice, and this is a safe place,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so doing it and having that consistently,
Yeah.
that retrains your brain, that retrains your
Mm-hmm.
nervous system, that this is okay, this is safe, this is relaxing, this is good for me, this is
Mm-hmm.
a thriving thing and not a survival, like, scary
Yeah.
thing. This is good.
Right. Right. And maybe it's, sitting at the place that you're going to be doing the creative thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's sitting at your desk or your kitchen table, or,
Hmm.
maybe you sit on your comfy chair and hold the yarn.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
don't even do anything
don't
with it
even do
yet, but,
anything
like,
yet. Just
you're there,
you're there.
you're relaxing,
Uh-huh.
you're breathing,
You're
you're
showing up.
signaling. Yeah, you're showing up and you're signaling, this is safe,
Yeah.
this is safe. And if that's all you can do at that moment, that's totally fine.
Yeah, that's great.
That's great. That's a great first step, you know?
That's a win. Maybe you get out the crayons with your
Hmm.
kids and just scribble across the page.
Yeah.
Doesn't end up having to look like anything, but you're just there.
Moving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're moving.
Showing up, moving, using your body,
Yeah,
using your movement and being there.
yeah. And then recognizing, like, oh my gosh, I did the thing. I was
Hmm.
there. I did it. I spent time there, and I'm okay.
Yes.
Like, the world didn't end.
I didn't
Uh,
die.
I didn't die. I'm still connected to my people.
Yep.
Like, it's okay.
Yep. Yeah.
And then the next day or the next week, whether it's a weekly thing you're doing or a daily thing you're doing,
Hmm.
doesn't matter. And just that consistency of showing up again and again and again and taking those little steps, it's going to grow.
Yeah. It'll slowly start to feel better and better, and you'll
Mm,
want to do more and more, and it'll feel more exciting, and it'll feel better. This is what we found, both of
yeah,
us, um, and what we're practicing in the experiment.
yeah,
And so we can honestly say that it does work. It does
it
help.
does.
It
Yeah.
does help. And
Sometimes it feels really silly to just sit there and like hold the sketchbook,
yeah.
and like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then sometimes, you get to that point of like, okay, my child's nap time just ended and I didn't actually draw anything. I just held it and I'm a failure because I didn't actually produce anything. And it's like, no, no,
Right.
no. You you showed up for yourself. You sat there, you held it. That's all you could do today. That's okay. You were still there for yourself. You were still there. And maybe tomorrow you will end up drawing something.
Yep.
It's
It's
we
building that foundation.
right.
It's building that foundation of safety and
Mm-hmm.
peace and alignment,
Yeah.
and showing up just in the act of, I want to be doing this. I want to be journaling. I want to be painting. I want to be, sitting at the piano, even if you don't play anything, but, like, I'm
Mm,
here. This is important to me,
right.
right? I want to do this, and I want to have this in my life, and just sitting and appreciating that,
Yeah.
appreciating that desire and that thing, and kind of embodying that again. A lot of times I think we have something that we love, and then as we grow older we kind of let go of it. This is what happened
Mm,
for me with piano and with art.
yeah.
I was like, that was my life. I did it
Mm,
every day, all the time. Like, I would come home from school, I'd play the piano. It was just like that was my thing.
Yeah.
And then I grew up out of the house and went to college and got married, and and it was still really important, and I wanted to have a piano in our home, like I really wanted, but I wasn't actually playing the piano.
Mm.
And there were a lot of blocks that came up, and just the things that happened that blocked that. But um coming back to it, I mean, this has been more of a recent thing too, with probably since the experiment too has been helping me come back into remembering my love for it,
Yeah.
remembering, oh, I used to sit and I used to play piano for hours. And when I would hear a piano song, a song, I would be so moved, and
Mm.
and remembering those feelings, right?
Yeah.
And then that helps me to like feel it again,
Mm. Yeah.
even if I'm not, even if I'm not playing, but
Yeah.
just sitting and having that remembering, right?
Yeah.
And connecting with myself again like that. It's powerful, even though I'm not, I love like sitting at my piano, or even like if I'm sitting and looking at my piano and thinking about it, right?
Mm.
Sometimes I don't have the capacity to go play, or like I can't actually go play because I'm doing something else or whatever. But
Yeah.
being in that mindset
Right.
and remembering is really powerful too. The power of memory and of thoughts and connecting with yourself,
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's been one of the first big surprises we had with this experiment is coming back to that like delight. Like
Mm.
what delights us, what excites us, what lights us up, and realizing how much we'd been suppressing that.
Yeah.
It was like, oh,
Whoa.
whoa. I wasn't expecting that to be like one of the first like revelations and
Yeah.
things that we realized like we need to come back to this
Mm.
and start building safety around allowing that.
Allowing delight,
Yeah,
like
and
just
joy
enjoy
and
ourselves to
how
be like ourselves,
yeah, how important that is in
Ugh,
being ourselves.
exactly.
It was a little mind breaking.
Yeah, which yeah, it's so funny to talk about it and say it now, to think, well, yeah, of course. The things that
Mm,
you delight in would be, something that is important for you to be connected to. But
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. It just happens. It
it
happens
does.
all the time. And we suppress things and we put things to the side and we let things go.
Yeah, trying to fit in.
Trying to be in a certain role,
Yeah, what other people need us to be,
hmm
and we start losing ourselves
It's
little piece
it's
by
easy.
piece.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easy to do. So taking back ownership of ourselves, of our delights and our things that light us up and really make us ourselves, and
Yeah.
feel joy and feel our light inside.
Mm,
That is so important.
yeah,
And it's
it
so
is.
beautiful.
Mm,
It's so beautiful because when we are connected to ourselves like that, and we're connected
mm-hmm.
to our inner light and our inner, like joy,
Yeah.
then we are able to show up so much better in the world.
Yeah. I found like in our friendship, I'm able to show up better.
Yeah.
With my daughter, I'm able to show up better.
Mhm.
With the other relationships I have, and I've had other friends and people notice and be like, "Oh,
Same.
like
Yeah.
you feel more happy and lighter and more
Yeah.
like you, and this is nice. This is like I'm so happy to be with you right now because you feel so
Yeah.
much more you."
I my other best friend.
Hmm.
I was telling her about all of this for the first time,
Mm.
and I was getting really excited and passionate. She started crying because she was like,
Oh,
"You just lit up so much, and you felt like and it
yeah.
was so beautiful to see." And it's powerful.
Yeah.
It's powerful, and you're more energized,
Right?
and that's a big one. That
Yeah.
makes a difference.
More
And
excited to get up every day.
yeah, and so it makes a huge difference, and it really is so impactful and so important.
Yeah. I find it interesting that we do tend to suppress and hold ourselves back in order to stay connected with community. And yet as we've been letting that go, we found more connection.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like as we're trying to pretzel ourselves, mold ourselves into what we think, our
Mm,
community would want us to be, we end up
yeah.
distancing ourselves from
Right.
the
Because
community
if
because
we're
we're not
not
being
being
ourselves.
genuine,
Yeah,
then how do we have genuine connection and relationships?
exactly. Exactly. We can't actually connect
Yeah.
in a real way when we're not
Yeah.
being our real selves.
Fascinating.
Ugh.
I love it. Well, if you want to hear how we survive the first week of summer and make time for our creativity, check out our next episode because we will talk about it. And if you want more ideas
Mhm.
on how to make more time and space for creativity, hacks or whatever,
You get
let us
tips?
know. Yeah, and we'll talk about that in a future episode.
Yeah. So try to remember, take time for yourself. You do have time and it's important and you are worth it. We'll see you next time. That's it for today, friend. Thanks for spending this time with us. We hope you're leaving with a little more light, a little more peace, and maybe even a nudge to go be creative, just because it brings a little more joy to your life. If anything in this episode spoke to your heart, sparked a thought, or made you smile, we'd love it if you'd follow the show, leave a quick 5-star review, or share it with someone who might need a little creative encouragement too. And remember, your creativity matters. Your voice matters. You matter. We're cheering you on always. Until next time, keep making, keep softening, and keep showing up as your whole beautiful self.